Okay, moving on to the next section, which is algebra of matrices. Now we're doing algebra of matrices. Okay. सबसे पहले let's start with multiplication. Okay. Multiplication में I'll give an example and then I'll explain accordingly. So suppose we have A, we have 1 minus 2, and then we have 5, 3, 4, and 6. Suppose this is an example. Okay. If I multiply K, this is a scalar. If I multiply it, how we're gonna do is each element के साथ K multiplied होगा, right? That's how it is. Now this scalar can be real or complex, it does not matter. Okay, now some properties if we see regarding this multiplication, k a plus b अगर हुआ तो very simple, मतलब a b we are considering, so k into a plus k into b, very simple. So we have k l and a. If it's this way, we have k into a plus we have l into a, and then if we have k l and a, this both are scalars. Okay, this ये now k l a अगर हुआ, sorry ऐसे हुआ, तो we can also write it as this, right, or this. Okay, now if we have negative k, this is also the way you could write, or this way. Okay, done with the properties. Now excuse me, another form of multiplication. This is the first form of multiplication. Now what if matrix into matrix multiplication? So let's consider AB. ठीक है, so you have multiplied A and B. ठीक है, इस तरीके से A into B and you got some C. ठीक है, तो C का कुछ होगा I J ऐसे करके. alright, now m into n. ठीक है, इसको क्या बोलेंगे, इसको बोलते हैं प्री फैक्टर, इसको बोलते हैं पोस्ट फैक्टर. तो हाउ यू डू इज सी आई जी को कैसे निकालते हैं, सी आई जे इज समेशन ऑफ ए आई के एंड बी के जे. A is the elements of A, and this B are the elements of small b are the elements of the matrix B. And here your K goes from 1 to, let's say, P. Okay, so this is the main formula. ठीक है, मल्टीप्लिकेशन फाइंड करने के लिए. Okay. So just let's take an example. Let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is multiplied by 1 2 3 4 5 6. So how you gonna do is Cij, you're gonna have this. Okay, ठीक है, ये multiply हुआ, right? Now what you're gonna find is, let's say we want to find for a11. तो a11 हम कैसे फाइंड करेंगे, k यहाँ पे जाएगा 1 2. Okay, sorry, that's B, this one over here. Okay, so starting with a11, how do we gonna find this? Summation of a I, which is 1, k, and which we have as k, and we have a j as 1. Okay, and here k will go from 1 to p. So now a1, let's consider first 1, so it's going to be this, and b1 plus, it's going to be a1 to b21 plus, now we'll have a13 b31. now see, इसको ए कंसिडर कर लो, इसको बी कंसिडर कर लो, इसको ये होगा c11, सॉरी. ओके, अब देखो a13 से ज़्यादा do you have, this is a11, a12, a13, do you have more than that? So p is basically 3 here, so you're going to stop it here. Now a11 is 1 and b11 is 1, so we have 1 over here, right? And a12 is this, and b21 is this, so we have 8 plus a13 we have 3, okay, and a31. Okay, now here's the thing, do you have a31? No, we don't have a31, so not gonna have that. We have 9, so this is basically 9, and this is how we're gonna find out for the rest. Okay, moving on. Okay, moving on with addition. Okay, moving on with addition. addition में a plus b है, तो aij, suppose it's m plus n plus, so bij m cross n. so यहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ रोज m है, तो यहाँ पे भी नंबर ऑफ रोज m होना पड़ेगा, यहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ कॉलम्स n है, यहाँ पे भी नंबर ऑफ कॉलम्स n. सो बेसिकली रोज एंड कॉलम्स, रोज इन दोनों का रोज इक्वल होना पड़ेगा, एंड कॉलम इक्वल होना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, बेसिकली यू कैन राइट इट एज दिस. Alright, then we have got subtraction and just the same. ठीक है, बस प्लस की जगह में माइनस. Right, moving on to the fourth. We don't have fourth. Okay. Alright, अभी एडिशन के यहाँ पे कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज में बताती हूँ. Okay, some properties of addition are a plus b is equal to b plus a. Some properties, I mean to say all properties, whatever properties are there. So this is, what is this called? It is called commutative. Okay, and then a plus b, it's also associative, so a plus b plus of c will be a plus c, right? This is associative, right? And a is equal to a plus 0 or 0 plus a, and this is known as null, sorry, this is known as, just a minute, this is known as additive identity. This identity known as the additive, the 0 over here is known as the additive identity, right? Now, and what is this basically? It's a zero matrix. Directly I've written 0. Okay, the fourth property is a plus minus of a, inverse of a को अगर तुम ऐड करोगे, you can also put it in as this is 0, right? And a plus b is, अगर a plus b is equal to a plus c है तो we can basically cancel this and write b is equal to c, and this is known as left cancellation law, right? एंड अगर ये सेम चीज़ अगर मैं ऐसे लिख दूँ a plus b is equal to c plus b, so you can cancel this one and you have a is equal to c, so you can say it's right, cancellation law, right? Now एक चीज़ यहाँ पे याद रखना, a plus x, a is a matrix, x is also a matrix, is equal to 0, ये एक equation है, right? So this equation is unique, okay? This equation, or let's say this equation has unique solution in the set of all m cross n matrices, right? We will see it later elaboratively, but you remember this one, okay? Now यहाँ पे एक चीज़ याद रखना, which I would like to say is, पहले भी बोला था but I have not written it down, so I'm just saying AB can be equal to or not equal to BA, it depends, okay? Now by the way, while we're multiplying these two, right, these two should be, okay, should have the same number of columns and same number of rows, okay? Now यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लिकेशन के बारे में तो हमने देखा, let's see some properties of multiplication also. This is the properties of addition, right? So if you have A m cross n, B n cross p, and C say p cross q, so A, B, C, you know, can also be written as this, and all of these are going to have m cross, and this is going to have m cross n order, this is going to have m cross n order, right? Why? Because you have just a minute, I did a mistake. It's going to have m cross q order, right? Because this is m cross n and this over here is p cross q, so we consider m, number of rows is going to be equal to m, and number of columns is going to be equal to q, okay? Now if you have A m cross n, let's say A plus B, just a minute, so if you have A plus A into B plus C, alright, so distributive law apply होगा, okay? And this is known as left distributive law, yeah. And then if we have let's say we have a scalar quantity here, ठीक है, into A into B, so you can can write it as A, or you can write it as B into this. Alright, this is scalar over here. Okay, now product of product of two non-zero, like let's say non-null, ठीक है, जो null matrix नहीं है can also be 0. Okay, what I mean to say is that if you have A, ठीक है, and B, ठीक है, these are not null, ठीक है, not a null matrix, but still A into B can be 0, ठीक है, sometimes. And if it is so, then it's called a singular matrix. Okay, then this is going to be called as a singular matrix. What is going to be called? This A and B is going to be called a singular matrix. A and B are called singular matrix. Okay, then now, okay, if you're given, if in any question you're given that AB is equal to 0 and it's mentioned that A is not a singular matrix, then what can we derive from it? It's that B is 0 matrix. That's why we call 0, right? Okay, and yeah, of course BA can be or may not be equal to 0. Okay, so we are done with the algebra of matrices. See you in the next video.